Well, it's time again, boys. It's time for the fucking fanfic shit. Fuck. Time for the fuck. Ah. I regret staying up until 2 a.m. doing this shit last night, but whatever. We're back and we're finally onto the part the fucking build characters are in, aka the part I actually give a shit about. But Big Dick Goro is still there, so I don't give that much of a shit. Oh yeah, and there's more badly written smut for us to enjoy. Terrible, awfully written smut. Just the worst. Absolutely fucking awful. I'm gonna give it a moment to see if other people actually, like filter in here. Because I don't wanna, don't wanna start reading when there's no one around. No, don't ping a roll. Damn it. This technically means you pinged Billy. He's gonna he's gonna get a ping down here. Hope he doesn't actually look. No, we can't bring Billy here. Fuck. The hell? Yeah, it is live. But no one is watching. That's just how it should be, I guess. Oh, hey, Black Hazard. So, I think you missed the first time we did this. We're reading a really terrible, Metroid, Kamen Rider crossover fanfic. I don't know why Epsilon pinged the whole roll for this. It's not good use of that roll.
Hell, I'm the one that suggested that there should be Kaiju Club for since they did the same thing for Godzilla movies.
Yeah. That's fine, Eps. I do need viewers desperately. Because no one fucking watches my stream ever. But whatever. Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Help.
I don't know. I was going to go play Monster Hunter.
Oh no, Billy's here. God damn it. This is
Well,
the nightmare scenario.
Well, I guess either that or continue the Persona 5 event.
Well, anyway, I'm in voice chat, so like people can say stuff for the stream. So if you want to stick around for that, then that's fine. If you don't, then that's also fine. I'm just waiting on the other people who were around last night to show up.
You know what gets me though? You've heard of the Neptunia games, right?
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh no, everyone's here now. Oh no.
Wait, you've heard of the Neptunia games, right?
Yeah, I have.
There's a crossover fan fiction of that and Kamen Rider X8
Oh god. Well, that one actually kind of makes a bit more sense because they're both,
with
like
other
video game.
writers. Hold on. With other writers cameoing, making cameos.
Yeah. Oh.
And, oh, and even better,
Yeah.
new made up character that is X8.
Oh god. So Emu's
Yeah,
just
they're
so Emu isn't
not
there.
even there. Not even there.
Right. Well, in this Metroid one, Emu is there, but Samus still uses like the Mighty Action X line of stuff. So it's like, what the fuck? And it's not like there's two of the gashats for those. Like, she fucking basically steals Maximum Mighty EX for a while, and that's the thing that just fucking happens.
And I have the dumbest costume I'm making though. Cause I have an O spell in all the core medals
Oh.
and a Taja spinner, right? I'm gonna make a keyblade with that Taja spinner.
Oh no.
Yes.
Oh god. Okay, well, if we're talking about cursed shit, I guess it's time to start the fucking fanfic reading.
How is that cursed?
Cause it's um it's Kingdom Hearts.
That's not cursed.
No, it is cursed. Anyway, so when last we left off, Sento had just been introduced, despite the fact this chapter was written before build even started, so we had literally no idea what the fuck his personality was going to be like. But for some reason, this guy thought it was a good idea to try and write Sento anyway. So that's the thing that happened. Also, we've got some fucking OC character named Goro Izumi, who's Kamen Rider G7 Icarus, and he's basically an awful rip-off of Dan Kuroto. Taki from Soul Calibur is involved, and I have no idea why. There were 2 sex scenes in the last segment that we read, and it involved the OC and Taki. And came one after another. I'm pretty sure there's more coming up soon. So, be ready for that. And for people who are in voice chat, you can go ahead and just, interrupt whenever you want, because I really need distractions from this whenever possible, because it's really hard to read. Not because of the content, mostly, but because of the sentence structure being absolutely awful.
Okay, I gotta see this for myself then.
Yeah. Episode 13. Angie and Friends Return. Author's Note 1. Oh yeah, there's a lot of author's notes in this. Like, a lot. Every chapter begins and ends with author's notes, and they are huge. The Cross-Ange cast will once again rejoin with the main characters once again. Only this time...
Oh god, we're still doing this? Yes!
Yes, we are! We're still doing this. You came back just in time. Only this time will be Ange, Tusk, Momika, Hilda, Salia, Chris, Ursha, Rosalie, Vivian, and Salamandine. Are the parties for Angie's side. I don't fucking know what Cross-Ange is, so I don't care. For those who
I'm gonna look it up.
I know.
Yeah, you might want to do that.
I know that Sota knows what it is because he was complaining about it being involved. So it's probably not.
Oh, this is gonna be terrible.
Oh boy. For those who really loved Metroid Kamen Rider Generations Volume 2 X8 era featuring Cross-Ange, I also hate to admit that Volume 2 is one of the favourite stories I've written so far because of the screen time appearance of the likes of Genmu. Another relating to Volume 2...
Wait a second.
Screen time.
Yeah,
Wait, scroll up a second. I want to see I want to see the author's name.
the Eternal Rival 1, yeah.
Oh, that's just a new level.
Yeah.
You want to know what the name of his DeviantArt is? If I
No,
can find
thank
it
you.
again.
Yeah, tell
No,
him.
thank you.
No, tell him.
No, thank you.
Oh god. Another relating to Volume 2, the whole Space Explorers are much like Team Dai Gurren of Gurren Lagann. If Go was Amina, then Michi would be Simon. Samus is Nia with Yoko's sex appeal. Mayu is Yoko with Nia's prim and proper attitude. Makoto could be seen as a comparison to Viral. Elaine, on the other hand, would be Rosu. Keiichi could also be compared to Kitan and Liron. Yeah, so he really fucking loves comparing his characters to other characters in things because he can't have any fucking original thoughts of his own. He just
Michi would not be Simon, but okay.
He just steals shit from other places. And that's his whole way of writing.
And goes not Kamina. Goes cool, goes not Kamina.
With some comparisons to the characters from Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. Oh my god.
Oh, what is this?
Even though Michi is both Jack Atlas and Akiza Izinski, or Aki is put together, Goro is basically Jack Atlas as a whole. Taki's interaction with him makes her another Yusei Fudo XP because Goro is arrogant to a fault just like Jack.
XP!
Yeah, so he really likes
What have I joined into?
He really also likes using TV tropes terms, seems incapable of not using them, to the point where it infects the actual fanfic writing.
Okay, so his fucking... Oh god, I forgot! The name is fucking...
Wait. I'm reading this now, and where is his grammar?
He's from the Philippines.
Yeah.
He's from the Philippines, so I can kind of give some leeway on like the grammar stuff.
Okay.
But at the same
Yeah,
time,
that's fair enough.
considering he's written 2 volumes of this with the same kind of length, as in 160 chapters each one, I think he should have learned some basic grammar rules by now. Given the fact...
Well, then again, English is a bullshit language.
It is, yeah, but... So that's why I'm giving some leeway on this, but, like... At this point, he should know some stuff that he clearly doesn't. Given the fact that I tend to compare Samus to Yusei because of her relationship with Michi being similar to Yusei to Akiza. Oh yeah, that's right!
Yeah.
Michi and
Samus
Samus...
and Michi are fucking...
Yeah, Michi and Samus are Oh, Goro Izumi! Big Dick Goro, how do you not know about
Big
this
Dick
code, bro?
Goro!
He's the OC character, and clearly also a self-insert. It's terrible.
And he's fucking tacky. From Soul Calibur.
Yeah. But for Goro and Taki, it's just like Jack and Yusei respectively. This chapter contains some mature content, which is another moment between Goro and Taki, so read at your own discretion. Yeah! Right into the smut! Fuck yeah!
Senta's here, and now they're smut.
Yeah!
I knew Senta would not save us!
No! Our good science boy can't rescue us from this shit. Aurora enters the Earth. Elsewhere in the edge of space, a submersible-like spaceship prepares to make an atmospheric entry into Earth. Oh yeah, I want to note he does have opening songs at the start of these chapters. I am not going to play this one because I can't find it uploaded anywhere. But when we do get to chapters where he uses ones to write actually like on YouTube, I am going to play them at the start of every chapter because that is the intended experience.
Yeah, I'm just having to remind myself that there's good shit on DeviantArt.
Yeah, I'm sorry. A submersible-like spaceship prepares to make an atmospheric entry into Earth. This submersible-like battleship feels all too familiar. Inside the ship, we see the crew, mostly full of women inside. The bridge bunnies facilitate the navigation. A blonde woman sits in the commander's quarters giving
Funny.
out the orders. That woman happens to be
Oh.
none other than Angie. It seems she and the other Norma heading for the Earth for unexplained reasons as of this moment. It has been 4 months...
Did you notice Bridge Bunnies, another TV
Yeah.
Tropes one?
Yep. It has been 4 months since the Libertist Coalition parted ways with the Kamen Riders. The last time Angie saw the Riders, namely Samus Aran and Hoju Emu, was during her wedding with Tusk. Angie and Tusk lived happily after when the Kamen Riders left. She was grateful that the space explorers kept their word in saving their home planet of AZ-007. Angie's revealed to be 4 months pregnant and Tusk is becoming a father soon. Despite that, it didn't stop her from returning to the modern Earth with the help of her fellow Norma, her husband Tusk, as well as her close friends such as Momoka, Hilda, and Salamandine. What is this name? We're about to commence atmospheric entry, said one of the bridge bunnies. Couldn't give them a name, huh? Since atmospheric entry to Earth could be tricky, Angie gives the order to make a smooth entry. Good, once we arrive on Earth, we need to land somewhere in Shoya City, Angie ordered, and told everyone the current location of the space explorers. Yes, ma'am, the bridge bunnies answered without any hesitation. It seems Angie recalled that after the Kamen Rider defeated Silux, yes, that Silux, from Metroid Hunters, cause fuck it, the space explorers are moving their headquarters from Zawame to Shoya City. Once she meets up with the space explorers, Angie will know that the team are incomplete. Makoto and Elaine are currently at the Gamma World. Wait, I thought Makoto came back.
Yeah. What the fuck, asshole? You said Makoto came back.
You had him come back!
Everybody made a big hubbub about how he came back, and then Michi showed him the fucking video of him playing with Taki's boobs, and Makoto got a nosebleed. You said all of these things.
Makoto and Elaine are currently at the Gamma World, while all the ones who remained were Go, Mayu, Mitsuzane, and Samus. The blonde Norma is not aware that Kiri had joined with the team to fill in for Elaine and Makoto. Angie left the control tower of Aurora as she meets up with Tusk in their quarters, but along the way, Hilda appears before her. Hey Angie, what's with the face? The redhead asked. Let me guess, you missed those guys? Yeah, very much, the blonde replied. Even Tusk feels the same way too. He even missed that intern from that hospital. Oh, he even missed Emu. Who would miss Emu? No, Sota, I'm reading the right chapter. This is chapter 13.
We ended on chapter 12.
Yeah.
Just all of a sudden.
She even mentions Emu, the reason why that she wanted to return to Earth and bring her fellow Norma alongside Salamandine's people to see what the modern Earth really looks like in comparison to their home planet. And yet, Angie is going to give birth to a girl soon, which explains why she wants to go to Sato University Hospital. Sorry to interrupt you two, Tusk appeared. Angie, you still have that Mighty Brothers Double X Gashat with you? Yeah.
No, well, hold up. Parado had that
No!
before Bill showed
Shut
up
up!
and retconned the whole Skyfall shit.
Shut up! Yeah, the blonde Norma replied as she pulls out the Gashat from her pocket. It seems that Angie forgot to return the Gashat back to its owner, which is why she's going back to Earth to find Emu. The Mighty Brothers Double X Gashat is used to split one being into two, as shown with Vilkis can split into Vilkis Double XR and Double XL, much like X8 Double Action Gamer Level Double X. Back during the battle against the Game DS controlled by Silux, this Gashat was the only hope for Angie and Tusk to fight together as lovers. I can't wait to see the others, Angie whispered. The Aurora set sail into the Earth as it's about to reach the surface. Yeah, okay, so there isn't an explanation as to why there's two fucking, of the Mighty Brothers Gashat.
Of the Mighty Double X.
So why does Parrot also have one? What the fuck? Did he just forget that that was a thing?
I wouldn't put it past him.
I'm getting tired. You know what? Same. That is in the actual fucking thing. Late that night, in the Izumi mansion, we see Taki and Natsu helping an exhausted Go after he suddenly collapsed from using his G7 striker armor. Unlike the finished product of the G7 armors. By the way, yes, that is G7 as in like G3 and G4 from Agito. For any newcomers.
Not great.
The custom prototype that Goro constructed had flaws with its operating system to the point it puts a strain on the user's body. After he sits on the couch exhausted, Goro gets into an argument with Taki about the risk posed in his armor. What were you thinking,
Like
Taki?
G3X.
He said. I didn't expect your suit has limitations. If only you should be careful transforming. I know, it's because of the suit's operating system is being way too perfect since it is a prototype. I'm aware of its limitations. Yeah, it literally just has the G3X problem, like, just put in there because he couldn't think of anything original, I guess. Goro replied, unlike the finished products, the normal G7 battlesuit's AI is toned down than that of the prototype. Geez, what's with your prototype stuff, Izumi-san? As if your armor has some kind of training wheels or something, Natsu chuckled. I mean, Master really went ballistic if something happened to you. Taki continued, next time, Goro, you need to condition your body first before using that kind of armor. Who knows if you keep transforming with that prototype armor without precise coordination and synchronization, it could be a detriment to your body. It's important you keep yourself, body and mind in good shape before you experiment on your contraptions. Why is he using the prototype anyway? He has easy access to the finished ones. He invented
You know what? It's another little trope. The super prototype.
There's no reason for it though.
There is no reason for
There's
it, but it's
no
trope.
reason. Sensei's right, Izumi-san. Since you're a workaholic, you should watch yourself. You know Karashi is scary. What? What's... Okay, overwork death in Japanese, okay. Couldn't... Why did... Natsu added, all that 24/7 work without taking a break is not good for your health. Granted, the fact that Goro values work above all else, but his hyperactive workaholic nature could be a detriment to himself, both body and mind, as Taki points out, which explains the excessive stress at work and the lacking of coordination and synchronization with the G7 prototype's operating system backfiring on him. Oh man, I forgot about how weird the fucking sentence structure in this is. I have to, like, adapt back to it again. Taki walked off the living room as Goro lies down on the couch to rest himself after collapsing from his suit's AI acting erratically to the point it puts a strain into his body. Man, Sensei's also worried about you knowing you're trying to get yourself killed, Natsu sighed, though Taki tends to worry about Natsu most of the time considering the relationship between the master and student ninja duo. Taki worrying Goro might more likely she's also protective towards him, in a sense that she is trying to keep him from getting into the firing line so carelessly. While you talk big and flaunt your ego, Master thinks there are some instances you act like a complete tool. Goro wasn't offended by Natsu's words, and he accepts that. He acknowledges he is indeed a complete tool, considering how he even looked down on the space explorers by the time he starts stealing the spotlight from them. It doesn't help that Goro usually pins the blame on himself when things go really bad for him. Only Taki notices his unusual tendency of self-deprecation, a major example why Goro is a textbook Byronic hero for a reason. Trope name! Also inconsistent characterization. I'll take that as a compliment, Natsu, said Goro in a snarky tone. So he wasn't offended, but he still was pissed off that she... Whatever.
Pointed it out.
By the way, Izumi-san, did you and Sensei hooked up? Natsu continued, asking Goro that he took Taki out for a date or something. But he hasn't took Taki out yet, but rather Goro recalled the first time he had sex with the veteran Kanuchi. Goro decided to keep it to himself, just not to embarrass Taki. The maid told me you have a thing for older women. The fact that Goro and Kasumi had talked before about the form of preferring to date women older than him, it seems Natsu overheard this. Despite only 27 years old, Goro wanted to end up with a woman older than him, not just for desire or looks, but as a means that he becomes a better person. In a way she could understand his flaws all the way to his positive qualities. What?
What does that mean?
I don't know! What? Yeah, just admit you want to fuck a MILF, my dude. It's not that deep.
It's not deep. It's not.
Natsu insinuates that Taki could fit that description. 46 years old? Check. An Amazonian beauty? Definitely a check. By the book personality? That's another double check. Taki has all qualities of a woman who is wiser than any man and is strong-willed and has battled countless of demons and evil entities in her world. Goro is lucky enough to fall to a strong-willed woman like Taki. seriously, Izumi-san, you and Sensei should go out regularly. Take her out some place to eat. Come on, you get a lot of money, though. Natsu proves to be a good shipper for her master and Goro.
Shipper.
Yeah, that's in there. Yes, it's Soul Calibur Taki. Yes.
15th, 16th century ninja Natsu. Shipper.
Yes. I'll try that, Goro replied with just a sigh. Looks like the whole day's becoming more hairy to him lately. The stress from the armor's limitations on him does have some effect to his sanity, which is why he's very cautious of his own well-being, almost to the extent of being paranoid. Later that night, Goro took a thorough shower, reflecting about how Taki calling him out earlier about his own carelessness. He's aware that the G7 prototype's defective AI is not the problem, but the limits of his own body, considering the fact he prioritizes office work than anything else, which caused a detriment to his own physical well-being. The fact he lacked so much exercise and other forms of physical training, much like the regimen Taki puts him into. The stress at work can be tough for him, but he's used to it. Goro seems to allow himself to be aware of his own limits ever since meeting Taki and Natsu. While the former is wise in terms of her serious personality, it comes to show Taki can be harsh at times because of her upbringing as a ninja. But there's more to her that meets the eye as far as Goro is concerned. Not only Taki deeply cares for her student Natsu, she even shows concern towards Goro. Even though for him it's not necessary, as Goro is willing to put himself into the firing line or even putting himself in danger to protect people. So, wow, we've gone through a whole segment talking about Taki and we haven't mentioned her nipples. That's amazing so far. Judging by Goro's appearance while bathing in the shower, despite that scar on his abdomen, apart from his young and Bishonen-like handsomeness, he's a 5'10" hunk. A manly build adds to his charm and charisma. Oh! Big Dick Goro! He's so hot! He's so cool! He's
5'10", so manly.
Fucking manlets never learn! Big Dick Goro.
Oh my god, I just remembered.
What?
You remember when Taki was like, "Are you inside?"
Yeah!
Oh fuck. Okay.
I can't wait for the next sex scene. It's gonna be terrible.
It's gonna be awful and great.
Meanwhile, outside of the mansion, Taki is outside training alone. Even though she is already at the prime of her age, she is still an active shinobi and continuing her role as a teacher to Natsu, as her bubbly and cheerful nature could be a detriment to a ninja's duty. In Taki's point of view, even though Soul Edge is no longer existing in the present day, but upon hearing Pandora's box from Goro will change for the better. And speaking of Goro, Taki is sometimes too harsh towards him, especially when she called him out for not realizing the limitations of his body in terms of operating the G7 prototype armor. It also shows she is concerned of his well-being as well. But Goro being Goro has no problem pinning his blame to himself alone. I never realized how he keeps his flaws to himself. The way he though to himself about trying to find his place around the world shows that he wants someone to make him a better person. It's like he's been deprived of love and affection, is what he said about his past, the ninja thought to herself. Sometimes Taki tends to hide her true feelings with an icy exterior, since she's a ninja who's interested in nothing but her mission's success, as well as the desire to be the only one to defeat Samus Aran / Kamen Rider Huntress. But seeing Goro's determination to find a purpose in his life, Taki is more willing to let him win her heart. In fact, she's a woman with honor and morality and wise beyond compare. By the way, I do want to remind everyone that the reason why Samus and Taki are rivals is because Taki ended up fighting Samus's allies, Mitsuzane, Go, etc., when she first arrived, because Michi grabbed her boobs while she was asleep.
It was described as played with them like a gear shift.
Yes. So this whole rivalry is literally because this guy had to have some fucking, like, ecchi shit in his fanfic.
Because OOC Michi's fault.
Yeah. Well, it's also...
and then also, remember, Sebas fucking Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's all OOC Michi and OOC Kirya's fault because Kirya was the one who told him to do it. Making out in the morning. Oh, guys! Fellas, here we go! In the next morning, it was still 4 a.m. and Goro abruptly woke up, even though he hadn't got a nightmare, but waking up at an early time seems to be a different case for him. In spite of the fact Taki is the one sleeping on his bed, while Goro shares with it too the fact that this is his room too. Either way, Goro just got back laying on the pillow and felt like wanting to shut his eyes for a moment. It felt a little too awkward for him, the fact he's sleeping together with the Kanuchi, but he's getting accustomed to it ever since. You guys have fucked twice! Why is it awkward?
You fucked twice in a row.
Yeah! Though things get a little quiet until Taki herself woke up. You're awake, the shinobi whispered. Nah, it was nothing, Goro turned away. Tell me something, Goro. Taki comes to cut the chase with Goro's preference for older women. I've never heard from Natsu and your maid, Kasumi, that you want to fall in love with a woman older you. Goro freaks out when Taki discovers his awkward secret. No way! How did you...
God damn it.
I know you're honest about how you feel, but have you ever found someone with the same age as you? Actually, no, Goro frowned awkwardly. To be honest, the reason why I want to fall for an older woman is I want to understand her, how she feels about herself, and make a man younger than her a better person. And I know it sounds so cheesy, Taki. Not only you have such refined beauty of a woman, you are strong-willed, especially the fact that you're a ninja. Being honest about how he feels about Taki, Goro admits he has a thing not only for women older than him, but a woman's indomitable will arouses him. Taki herself knew this was too good to be true. What? What?
I don't get any of this.
I see, you're very honest with your feelings, Taki smirked. Now then, as a woman, I want you to answer this question as a man. I'm not interrogating your devotion or your life. Do you love me? But Goro's feelings ever since he and Taki made love for the first time shows he finally admits his feelings to her. Yeah, I do. No matter how many times you ask me about that, I know what it feels like to fall in love with a strong-willed woman like you. Turns out Taki was correct about Goro's feelings towards her ever since the first day she engaged with a sexual encounter with him. As for Taki, however, the fact that the man who brought her and a student to his fancy mansion to live there gave her a purpose to fall in love, despite the fact that said man, in this case Goro, resembles that of a certain ninja that she looked up to in her teens. Yeah, there's another OC character who was a ninja that Taki looked up to before she became a ninja, and he died, and he looks exactly like Goro Izumi. Taki doesn't need to say I love you to return Goro's feelings. Instead, she decides to express it by making love with him. Taki starts kissing Goro. In turn, both lips pressed against each other's, and the moment started to becoming more tender than titillating. She undresses him, and the fact that Goro has an amazing hunk-like despite looking so youthful. Then Goro proceeds to undress Taki's tank top to the point her breasts bounced like crazy. The two start their moment together when Goro starts touching Taki's sensual spots that turned her on. This is Sonic High School levels of smarts.
Oh god, wow. I didn't want to ever hear that name again.
It feels so good, she moaned the moment Goro started playing on her breasts. It seemed each time her breasts are being fondled on, Taki couldn't help but let her carnal urges to take control, as her new lover kissed her from the neck, ears, then the cheek. She turned around and continued kissing him passionately before Goro continued by feeling her breasts. Taki! Goro stared at the Kanuchi's beautiful body before continuing on as her and Taki kissed passionately again, right from her neck again to her breasts and then to her womanhood. She was anticipating to let Goro come inside her once more. That said, his shaft entered into her womanhood. Once again, both lovers are intimately connected.
I forgot that also the fucking, when they had sex twice in a row, he fucking came in her twice in a row.
Yeah.
You should not be embarrassed by anything after that happens.
Why does it keep saying that the window is minimized when I fucking, like, make it disappear once? What the fuck?
I
What's
don't
wrong
know.
with you, OBS? I just wanted to show the scared Utsumi face for a moment. But I couldn't, because it fucking broke. Okay, I'm just never going to hide this again. I'm just gonna move the image up if I want to fucking show it over this. Ugh. It gets bigger when I pull on it. Sometimes I pull on it so hard, I rip the skin.
Rip the skin.
Right, yeah. Intimately connected. Each thrust twisted her insides like crazy again. Can you not refer to them as insides? Because it sounds like he's like fucking her intestines or something. Oh my god. Like, I'm not the only one who thinks that, right?
I mean, insides can be used in that context, yeah.
Yeah. Twisted her insides like crazy again. That doesn't sound, even if you're referring to.
Okay, that doesn't sound.
That sounds painful, and I also don't know how the penis thrusting into there would twist things.
Unless Big Dick Goro's going fucking crazy, you know.
Unless Goro Izumi is actually part dark. He's got that corkscrew dick. Taki couldn't help but moan in pleasure at every thrust. It seems the first thing in the morning for the unlikely chemistry between her and Goro was to do another hookup, which is a good thing after all. Taki's breast, just the one, kept on jiggling and bouncing from every movement of her body being pounded by Goro. Turns out, unlike the previous 2 times they had their intimate escapade, this one takes us up to 11 fucking TV tropes terminology in the middle of sex again, as Goro suddenly delivers hard and rough thrust to the point it drives her crazy. Taki lets out a high-pitched scream and she tightly embraces Goro as she tries to close her mouth to prevent her tongue from sticking out of her mouth, to the point she's trying to hold on from the pain and pleasure. Okay, she's doing an Ahegao face, I guess. Great. Thanks. Goro, hurry up! I can't hold on much longer. Goro, please, make me your woman. Together, Taki squealed. Squealed? Okay. Taki can't stop herself from enjoying the sex and loving every part of it so far. Even though that intensity of each thrust inside her almost got her crazy, but Taki was able to hold on thanks to her willpower. And then, both unlikely lovers reached an orgasm of unprecedented heights and let loose their love liquids together.
The love liquids.
Let loose their love liquids together. Ooh. Art, truly. That moment was like no other. Both unlikely lovers are contented of having such love-making first thing in the morning. I'm so happy, Goro. That was amazing, Taki stammered, yet she smiled. Me too, Goro replied. After that, even though it's still 4:25 AM, so that happened over a course of 25 minutes. This time Goro takes a more gentle approach for now, as he now cuddles around Taki's body to the point he clings to her so tightly, to the point that Taki herself finds herself being awkwardly hugged. In fact, she wanted that moment to last long for now.
To the point.
So, why even have Sento show up if he's just gonna not be relevant anyway? Especially if build hasn't started yet.
Yeah, I should point out Sento's here, and this was written before build started.
Yeah, but you could just introduce him when build starts then. You didn't need to introduce him this early. You didn't need to. Meanwhile, around the docks in Shoyo City, Angie, Tusk, Hilda, and Momoka arrive at Shoya City for the first time, with Aurora being left into the seafloor with the other Norma, along with Salamander's people inside. The party's main objective is to find the Space Explorer's new command center. It's new. They have powers that are new. Along the way, the four witness the fight between the Kamui tribe and the Black-Winged Kamen Rider, along with a duo of ninjas. Goro as G7 Icarus is fighting a horde of Tengu soldiers alongside Taki. It seems Goro managed to get enough exercise to condition his body so he can operate the prototype armor, and Taki herself managed to help him achieve that end. Since then, it seems Taki's more willing to do some teamwork with Goro, much like she did with Natsu. Holy moly, Sensei, since when did Yuzumi-san know about teamwork? Natsu exclaimed after seeing her master double-teaming one of the Kamui tribe's grunts. Oh no. Within moments, the young Kenichi noticed Angie, Tusk, Momoka, and Hilda. Hey, what are you guys doing here? It's dangerous. With one last Tengu soldier remaining, both Goro and Taki prepare to finish off the target. Goro pulls out his G7 Paralyzer pistol, he presses the button near the weapon's trigger guard, which opens a key slot, and a G7 armor key is already inserted. He turns the key back and forth, which immediately triggers the Exceed Drive finisher. Striker Exceed Drive standby. Please enter command. The G7 Paralyzer has to have a command and to be spoken to activate the finisher. The Black
Yes, we
Rider's
understand
stuck
this.
Come on the weapon's voice activation system, thus triggering the finisher. And then Taki performs hand signs before she punches the ground that generates a shockwave that sends the last remaining Tengu soldier floating in midair. Then G7 Icarus prepares to aim his weapon and fires powerful blasts on the target, destroying it. Checkmate, Goro proclaimed after defeating the enemy. Demon vanquished, followed by Taki. Natsu clapped at amazed how Goro was able to work well with Taki in double-teaming an enemy. Since his prototype G7 armor gave him wings, it will work well as long as he has proper coordination and synchronization with the suit. Just before they could celebrate victory, Goro unexpectedly turned his attention at four unlikely visitors from another world. What are you guys looking at? Goro asks them while on the suit of armor. We're looking for some Space Explorer guys, says Hilda. I have no idea about them. Goro flat out pretends he doesn't know Samus's crew. Go on, take a hike, you dweebs. Why?
Dweebs again.
No, it has a kill mode, Cobra. Don't worry about it.
It has a kill. No, shut up, Cobra.
It has a kill mode. So don't worry about it. Shut up. Why would he pretend to not know Samus's crew, though? He has no reason to do that. Angie and company learn the hard way upon seeing Goro's rude way of greeting them, but instead they turn to Natsu. Hey, ninja with that stupid hair, mind if you tell us where are the Space Explorers? Angie.
Oh boy!
But upon hearing
Oh boy!
Angie saying Natsu's hair being stupid, the young shinobi snaps. Taki suddenly shook her head in surprise. A slightest insult to Natsu's hair can trigger Arahabaki possessing the latter. That said, Natsu snaps and the Orochi-esque tattoo on her left shoulder starts glowing. Her eyes begin to glow pink as well. Goro tries his best to calm Natsu down, but to no avail as she shoves off the Black-Winged Kamen Rider out of the way. Suddenly, Natsu lifts up a bulldozer with all her might, she's about to hurl it at Angie. Considering the fact that Angie is pregnant, the blonde Norma finds herself in a life-or-death situation because of her undoing. What?
Her hair's not even that stupid. Come on.
I forgot to tell you this, Taki said about why Arahabaki is triggered at the slightest insult to Natsu's hair. Natsu's hair shouldn't be made fun of, and by doing so, Natsu completely loses it and allows Arahabaki to take out the offender. An angry Natsu holds a bulldozer with all her might and shouts to Angie and her friends, "What did you just say about my hair?"
Hello there.
Hello.
Hi.
We're just discussing an anime character's hair.
No, we're discussing we're reading a fanfiction.
We're reading a fan fiction and live streaming it.
That's nice.
Yeah.
The wonders of the internet. You're capable of doing that.
It's a Kamen Rider fanfic, but I have my stream marked as being a Metroid Other M because it's about the same level of writing quality.
It's somewhat equivalent. I feel a bit weird interrupting your live stream. I should probably leave something or wait.
Also,
or I should watch it. Let's see.
Author's note 2. When Natsu mentions about Kuroshi to Goro reminding him about his limits, this is a small joke to episode 41 of Exode where Kuroto dies of overworking that leaves him with 82 lives. Karoshi in Japan translates as death by overworking, since this is one of the few phenomena where workers starve and exhaust themselves to death while working and wind up dead. Taki and Natsu reminding Goro about his lack of body conditioning to operate the prototype G7 armor could be similar with Philip from Double, since Goro has been a lot of office work lately to the point he lacks the time to exercise. This parallels to Philip confining himself in the basement of the Narumi Detective Agency doing his research, and also explains why he, Philip, experienced problems in using Fang Joker in the first place. That is not why he had problems with Fang Joker! It's fucking not why he had issues with it! It's because it's a fucking Berserker mode!
It is in this parallel universe. You can decide your own headcanon in fanfiction. How dare you
But he's
discouraging
trying to say that that's a reference to Double, but it isn't. But it isn't, because... Yeah, I'm pretty sure if it was just a lack of, like, exercise, the fucking Gaia library wouldn't have been burning down because of it. Fuck off. This chapter confirms that Goro's height is 5'10". Because of his actor, that I hypothetically based on, Taishi Nakagawa is 5'10". As such, he's about almost at the same height as Makoto, who is 6'1", and Samus, who is 6'3". Taki, on the other hand, is 5'7". Fittingly, my hypothetical casting for the character would be Asuna Mamoru, who also happens to share the same height as the Soul Calibur character. Funnily enough, Taki is shorter than Samus. And once again, the fact that
I should point out Soul Calibur is notoriously horrible for height and weight for that character.
And once again, the fact that Natsu can be easily angered at the slightest insult to her hair, she's this fixed version of Josuke. Why? Yeah, well, you know...
What about her has anything to do with her hair?
Samus being a fucking giant is, like, Metroid canon, though. Like, Samus is tall as hell and buff as hell, and that is the only way she should be.
And then she rolls up in this tiny little ball.
Yeah.
Like it.
Well, not so much as like buff as she is just toned.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Tone is fine too.
She's physically fit. She's in good shape.
Episode 14, Lovers That Fight Together. Author's Note 1. Okay, this chapter now explains that Michi Ryugen and Samus Huntress won't be the only battle couple in throughout the story. TV trope's name. The fact that we see Goro, G7 Icarus, and Taki working together as a pair before encountering Angie. In a sense, it looks like a pair of Goro and Taki are the only ones rivaling them. While incorporating some JoJo references out of Natsu considering this is an XP of Josuke, back when we first saw her while being possessed by Arahabaki after her hair is being salted, she first threw a steamroller in the style of Dio. This time, as seen at the end of the previous chapter, it's a bulldozer. Oh yeah, she threw a fucking steamroller at some random dude killed him!
She punched him and murdered him. And Kiryu saw that and he went, huh, he had it coming.
What is this cringe?
And then he tipped his fedora.
My lady.
Oh god, fucking Kiryu in a fedora, Jesus Christ.
I want to kill myself.
I also want you to kill me.
While incorporating... Yeah, whatever. G7 Icarus has a new weapon in this chapter, the XGS-03 Yoshiyuki. The Yoshiyuki is an electromagnetic katana that functions very similarly to the high-frequency blade used by Raiden in Metal Gear Rising.
What makes it electromagnetic?
The Yoshiyuki is always kept in carbon fiber scabbard, and much like the G7 Paralyzer, it utilizes the G7 armor key to initiate its Exceed Drive finisher. Goro's stance whenever he wields the Yoshiyuki is similar to that of Setsuka and Alpha Patroclus. Update! Update! Added the song Vestige as the insert song for Huntress Creator Gamer.
Why would it be magnetic? Why would that help cut anything?
Shut up. Shut up. Don't make fun of Natsu's hair. After Goro and yeah, whatever. Oh wait, no, this is actually different. This is actually differently written to the last chapter, so I have to read it. I skip whenever he puts part of the previous chapter and the new one because I'm trying to get through this as fast as possible. After Goro and Taki once again cleared the docks of the Kamui tribe's Tengu soldiers, they somehow ran into unfamiliar individuals. These people are mostly women, mainly 3 of them, while there's only one man on their party. A pregnant blonde, Angie, a redhead, Hilda, a maid, Momika, and a man, Tusk. Angeli, Sama, who are these the guys? Asked Momika. Angie and her companions have no idea about the people in front of them who defeated the Kamui tribe's alien demons. Alien demons, that's right, folks. They see a black-winged Kamen Rider, Goro, and 2 Kunichis, one of which possesses a similar build like Samus, but rather with a huge buxom and is wearing a skin-tight bodysuit to the point said woman's nipples are very visible. Taki. Ah, finally a nipple mention!
Very
Nipples, you can't escape them forever.
Yeah, can't fucking escape Taki's nipples. And another who wears a leotard like ninja gear, whose hair appears to be funnily different, Natsu. Hey, ninja with that stupid hair, mind if you tell us where are the space explorers? Angie asked. But upon hearing Angie saying Natsu's hair being stupid, the young shinobi snaps. Taki suddenly shook her head in surprise as a slight insult to Natsu's hair can trigger Arahabaki possessing latter. Yeah, whatever, we've actually seen this bit. Goro immediately powered down his armor as a means of cancelling his transformation, and Taki took off her demon mask. Upon hearing Arahabaki from Taki, this is the first time he learns about the demon sealed inside Natsu. Araha what? Goro shook his head in disbelief. Arahabaki, it's the demon sealed inside Natsu, Taki continued. In our world, Arahabaki destroyed the village of Izumo after I forced myself to kill its host. That is, until it came into possession of Natsu, who was an infant at the time. I was unable to bring myself to kill a child from that moment on, which I decided to seal the demon inside Natsu's body and decide to take her under my tutelage as a means to atone for my failure. But I'm prepared to do what's the right thing should ever the seal be broken. Goro, whatever you do, never make fun of Natsu's hair no matter what. This is the only thing that triggers Arahabaki trying to take control of Natsu. Noted. Thanks for letting me know about that, Taki. Goro nodded. Then tries to reason and incense Natsu over Angie calling the latter's hair being stupid. Natsu, drop the bulldozer, please. You could end up killing a pregnant woman over there. But Goro tried his best efforts, but to no avail. Only Taki can do something to suppress Arahabaki should the sealed demon attempt to control her body. An angry Natsu...
Please put down the bulldozer.
Don't hurt the pregnant
Why
woman.
is there a pregnant
Give up
woman
children.
around?
There wasn't. He said it might hit one. Who knows? He said it wasn't.
Just a random pregnant woman in the forest.
Who knows if there's pregnant women around? There's always hiding in the bushes somewhere.
So,
All around us all the time. Always a
All
threat.
those crazy pregnant ladies.
an angry Natsu holds a bulldozer with all her might and shouts to Angie and her friends, "What did you just say about my hair?" Natsu, no! Taki shouted. Both Hilda, Momika, and Tusk find themselves flinching in fear as the Arahabaki-controlled Natsu prepares to hurl a bulldozer at them, including Angie herself. The 3 stood by Angie's side to protect her from being flattened.
Yeah, because that's gonna happen.
Within moments, Emu, Mitsuzane, and Samus arrive on the scene where they see Angie and friends at the mercy of Taki's student about to hurl a bulldozer. "Why is that Kenichi carrying that bulldozer?" Mitsuzane asked. "This is bad. Samus has a bad feeling about it. She needs to react quickly before Angie and her friends may be reduced as road pancakes. She already puts on the buggle driver too." "Samus, do something," the intern added. The possessed Natsu throws the bulldozer on Angie and her friends. Samus quickly pulls out Hurricane Ninja and prepares to transform. "No, don't do it! Henshin!" Bounty Huntress rushed as she immediately transformed into Huntress Ninja Gamer Level X. Huntress Level X quickly touches a speed-up energy item to reach Angie, Tusk, Momika, and Hilda. The bulldozer is about to reach Samus, who is shielding the fall, but before it can hit Samus, she immediately pressed the A and B buttons. I don't know why she didn't just stop time.
Why don't you just do that straight up from the beginning?
It's not like there's a time limit on how long you can stop time with the buggle driver or anything. You can keep it paused for as long as you fucking want. And by doing so, Huntress
This
Level
broke
X
my immersion.
manages to stop time, immobilizing everyone in the vicinity. That even includes the bulldozer thrown by Natsu, which had stayed afloat. Samus managed to make good use of her Bugvisor 2's ability to stop time to rescue anyone from near-death experience, like with Angie and company, almost about to be squished by a bulldozer. That was...
They still had a near-death experience, though. It was pretty near-death. But
Shut up.
they didn't save them from that.
That was close. The bounty hunter breathed in and out. She managed to show up in time, and if she didn't use pause, Angie and her companions would have been squished by now. Samus notices that something is controlling Natsu the moment she hurled the construction equipment. Now then, time to take out the trash. Huntress level X presses the B button on the Buggle Driver 2 twice to trigger Critical Crusade. While the speed up energy item is still taking effect for Samus, she summons her Gashcon gauntlets and prepares to dish out an all-out pummeling that not only reduces the bulldozer into a pile of scrap metal, but destroying it as well. Afterwards, Samus presses the A and B buttons of her Buggle Driver 2, and the flow of time returns back to normal. The bulldozer explodes. In Goro and Taki's point of view, they didn't see what just happened as if time was stopped. When the smoke cleared, they see Kamen Rider Huntress Ninja Gamer level X standing there and shielded Angie and her friends. It's more likely that Samus showed up and transformed and used her belt to stop time to destroy the bulldozer. It's her! Taki recognized the presence of Samus in her Ninja Gamer level X form. Man, we would be in big trouble if that construction equipment squished them flat, Goro sighed. Mitsuzane and Emu rushed to Angie and company to make sure they're alright. Are you guys alright? The intern asked Natasuka and Hilda. Hey, you're the intern guy, Hilda recognized Emu. Why is Emu still an intern, by the way? Whatever. Hojo Emu Sensei, Tusk added. Kurashima-san, Momoko greeted. Samus immediately ejects the Hurricane Ninja Gashat from her Buggle Driver 2. Taki then approaches Natsu from behind to subdue Arahabaki by touching her left shoulder blade where the snake-like tattoo C is located in Natsu's back. Taki made use of her spiritual energy to subdue the demon from possessing Natsu. Natsu had no idea what just happened apart from Angie inadvertently making a bad comment about her hair. Sensei, what just happened? Natsu asked. Since ninjas are not supposed to reveal any secrets, especially in regard to the demon sealed within Natsu, Taki decides to apologize to Angie and her friends on the Natsu's behalf to cover up her actions. Forgive me for my student's behaviour, said Taki. She can be very high-strung at the slightest criticism about her looks. So she's meant to keep the secret.
Very, very high-strung. The high-strung, she picked up a bulldozer and almost killed a pregnant woman. High-strung.
No, so...
She almost possibly killed a pregnant woman.
So, she's meant to keep the demon thing a secret. So, why did she tell Goro?
For the laws.
Because they
Goro
fucked.
needs to know because he's so good.
Oh.
Because he came in her 3 times already. I mean, she might as well tell him stuff.
Oh, I missed that.
Yeah, you did miss that.
2 of them were simultaneous. You could have missed it.
If you blink, you miss it.
Well, if you blink, you miss the break in between them.
You can only see the aftermath.
Even though Angie and her friends
That's
get to a
fast.
rocky start upon meeting Natsu and Taki, the blonde Norma chooses to accept the Kunichi's apology. And on the other hand, Angie is relieved that Samus managed to save their butts again from getting squished. But when they looked at Goro, judging by the coat and V-neck shirt as well as the formal trousers and shoes he wears, they even reminded him of a certain over-the-top yet nutty game creator. Hey, you seem kinda remind us about that Dan Kuroto guy. Hilda insinuates the comparisons between Goro and Dan Kuroto. Yeah, for some reason, the author really thinks that Goro and Dan Kuroto are similar, even though they really fucking aren't. So he keeps
They're like
Like at all.
far opposite as you can get.
You know why? Because Kuroto's entertaining.
Yeah.
In a good way.
Dan Kuroto, never heard of him, Goro replies with a snarky tone, then he turns his attention to the two space explorers.
You literally got pissed off when somebody compared you to Dan Kuroto earlier. And said, well, I'm not a god or whatever.
Yeah. Then he turns his
You mean
attention...
you don't know?
Only
Then he
Goro.
turns his attention to the 2 space explorers, Mitsuzane and Samus and Emu. Do you guys know these are regulars? These 4 took refuge into our command center in Zawame when evil space aliens invaded their home colony. Samus brought up their history with Angie and company. 4 months ago, we brought them back to their home planet. It's really a small world for 3 sides. Angie returning to Earth along with her companions to return the Mighty Brothers Double X Gashat back to Emu. The space explorers are relieved to see the Libertas crew, and as for Goro, Taki, and Natsu, this is the first time they meet with another group that is full of women, and said party only has 1 male as his Tusk. What? What? Okay. Who are you? Angie asked the Zeta Tech CEO. Izumi Goro, and I'm an industrialist and CEO of Zeta Technology Industries, as in I own a company that manufactures high-tech weapons and gadgets. And then Taki followed. My name is Taki. That's the only thing you need to know. And I'm Natsu. Nice meeting you guys. To the surprise of Angie, Momoko, Hilda, and Tusk, they had no idea that Taki and Natsu are actually ninjas, aside from the rider form that Samus used on her Buggle Driver 2. Ninjas! You guys are ninjas? Angie freaked out as her sudden exaggeration of her movement causes the baby inside her womb to kick. What?
Oh,
What?
she's the pregnant.
Shut the fuck! That's not how babies work. All right.
if you cause certain vibrations, the fetus will kick.
Baby goes, fuck you.
All we're missing
That was a plot
now
twist.
is-
She was a pregnant lady all along.
All we're missing now is a space marine.
But Goro is an exception. The fact that he's not a ninja. They're ninjas 400 years from the past that ended up here, Samus deduces. Not to mention that ninja beside... Shut up. Not to mention that ninja beside that guy has those huge racks and wears a bodysuit. Looks like it can make one girl to be jealous at her looks, Hilda thought to herself in regards to Taki. Goro observes the rings worn by Angie and Tusk. Are you two married? Asking a blonde Norma. Then he notices something with Tusk as if he was ogling at another woman, much to Angie's chagrin, and he does at Taki. You better keep your eyes on him the moment his nose starts to bleed.
Why?
The fact
All these fucking...
The fact that Tusk made a vow to Angie as her faithful husband, the latter is prone to violently reacting whenever he ogles at a sexy woman like Taki is shown with her skin-out outfit. Angie suddenly holds Tusk at gunpoint to snap him out of the trance. Shenanigans aside, as Angie hands to Emu the Mighty Brothers Double X Gashat back to make sure he can use it again. Though Parado isn't with Emu as of this moment because the former has been wandering the earth, that's basically a trope name, 4 months after Silux's defeat. Taki couldn't help but laugh at the violently overprotective Angie in her way of dealing with Tusk's perverted tendencies. Man, he's such a perv, Natsu laughed. However, seeing Samus again brings to mind that the last time they fight ended in a forfeit because of returning Makoto's presence. Taki was itching to settle their score again, but before she could tell the bounty hunter about their unfinished business... Samus instead decides to tell Kunichi beforehand. You're Taki, am I correct? Said the bounty hunter. I knew as our last fight ended in a forfeit. Are you willing to continue it again? Wait, are they going to fight? Emu asked himself, as if the comparison between Taki and Samus were almost no better than with Parado's desire to fight him before. Hey, senpai, what are you? Emu tries to ask Mitsuzane about what he's trying to pull. The moment Mitsuzane stands up and suggests to Samus for an intergender co-op tag, meaning that Goro is likely going to tag along with the Kunichi instead of Natsu. Taki thought the moment Mitsuzane willingly tagging along with Samus for the fight, but Goro easily read the Kunichi's mind, so he decided to take on Mitsuzane as well. Looking for a partner? Then I'm in, Goro whispered into Taki's ears. Goro, I have a feeling that guy on Samus's Aaron's side is the only person she has her heart with, Goro insinuated. Trust me, Taki, the fact we're in unlikely chemistry right now, it's gonna take an unlikely couple to beat another unlikely couple. Don't be so self-assuring, it's too early for you to see it that way, Taki chuckled. In fact, I'll agree to what you'll say right now. Oh, great, it's a thing from Gundam Seed Destiny.
Oh boy! Now I really want Wooly to fucking come in here in the middle of all this.
Okay, I'm gonna play the Gundam Seed cry first.
Don't do that, I might get aroused. Stop it. I warn you.
No, damn it, that's the wrong one. Fuck.
Should I go and find that one I mentioned earlier?
No.
You sure?
I'm sure.
Alright.
Oh god, it's fucking loud as hell. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, time to look up this fucking thing from, Oh my god, is that why he keeps bringing up TM Revolution is because of fucking, Gundam Seed Destiny using stuff from him? Is that how he knows about it? Is this guy a Gundam Seed fan? Is this man a Gundam Seed fan?
Well, considering how many of the characters like don't actually kill and go out of their way to not kill the monsters that have no reason to not be killed.
They hold up, hang on. So we should point out the monsters are demon aliens from space.
Yes, they are.
Or demon alien monster clan yokai, whatever the fuck.
They're the Ninja Steel villains.
They are. They really are.
Are we gonna need to get some fucking demon bane in this shit?
Anyway, this is just for the benefit of the stream. I'm not going to put it in the voice chat, but the fucking Gundam Seed Destiny thing, I'm going to play it. I don't care if I get a, like, copyright strike. This is the intended experience. Taki pulls out what appears to be G6 cyber armor in its briefcase mode. She immediately deploys the armor as she prepares to suit up. Goro then pulls out the Striker G7 armor key and the G7 paralyzer pistol. He opens the weapons key slot to activate transformation into G7 Icarus. "Let's do this, Samus," Mitsuzane says as he pulls out his Genesis driver and Melon Energy lock seed. "Right," the bounty hunter replied as she switches to her gamer driver and pulls out Mighty Creator VRX. "V-Force," Samus chanted first before her and Mitsuzane all together shout "Henshin" as they both insert their respective trinkets onto their drivers. After Samus inserts Mighty Creator VRX on her gamer driver, a dramatic heavy metal jingle plays on the Gashat and Mitsuzane locking on the Melon Energy lock seed on the Genesis driver. Samus prepares to pull the lever of the gamer driver and Mitsuzane about to pull the compression lever of the Genesis driver. Mitsuzane transforms into Kamen Rider Ryugen in Melon Energy arms, followed by Samus into Kamen Rider Huntress Action Gamer Level 2, followed by virtual reality themed pieces of armor merging into her suit, resulting in Huntress Creator Gamer. What? Doesn't she need to wear the VR headset for this?
Yes, she does need to wear the big dumb PlayStation VR headset to do that. But
Did you say melon arms, or did I mishear you?
Yeah, no, that is an actual Kamen Rider Gaima form.
That's an actual thing.
And it's actually cool, so don't make fun of it.
Yeah, they're all weird. In Gaim, they're all themed after like fruit and nuts and stuff, but it's actually cool.
Yeah,
Wow.
Here's a picture for people who aren't watching the stream. Yeah, like, it's actually pretty cool. I think this dude did a slight redesign of it and it looks bad.
Well, hang on, no, it looks okay because he fucking stole the redesign from an unused asset from one of the Batrider War games.
Oh, okay. Samus has VRX because fuck you, that's why. I'm not going back and reading the first 2 volumes of this.
They built it into her helmet visor.
She isn't wearing her power suit ever, though.
Shut up.
Because shut up.
Henshin. Goro immediately inputs the transformation command on his G7 paralyzer. With that, he transforms into Kamen Rider G7 Icarus. Huntress Creator Gamer presses the Kimiwaza slot holder's button with the device exclaiming "Stage Select," sending everyone in the field to another area. Samus sends all combatants as well as the spectators into an airport runway. Why?
Shut up. God.
Stage Select. Don't tell me she sent us into another battlefield, Goro muttered. I don't know, Goro! You'd probably be able to fucking see that with your eyes, you bitch!
He hasn't opened his eyes yet. He doesn't want to know.
Don't let your guard down, Goro. Taki reminded the Black-Winged Rider not to let his guard down. Both Ryugen, Melon Energy Arms, and Huntress Creator Gamer get ready to fight. "We'll protect the Earth," Samus proclaimed, a reprisal of X-Aid's pre-battle catchphrase. "In a super co-op play," Mitsuzane added, and throws a high five at Samus as they both charge at Taki.
Throws the high five.
The black-winged Kamen Rider decides to deal with Huntress Creator Gamer first, and allowing Taki to deal with Ryugen. Taki immediately drew out Rekimaru and clashes blades with Ryugen, who uses the Sonic Arrow. Both blade-wielding combatants get into a gridlock. "Did you think you can defeat me that easily?" Taki taunts Mitsuzane. "Oh yeah? Do you really think I'm gonna run?" The young Kirishima throws it back on the ninja's face. I don't... Okay, I tried to read that and I started coughing, so I think maybe I shouldn't, but I'm gonna do it anyway. "Just who the hell do you think I am?" Yeah, that's right. Fucking Michi stole
Kamina. Michi's Kamina now. Because fuck
no,
trust me,
Go
this
is
isn't
Kamina, and Michi is Simon. Don't think about it.
Because Michi has Kamina's catchphrase.
Shut
But
up.
don't think about it.
But Simone also has this.
Also, Go didn't
Yeah.
die, despite the fact he's apparently meant to be Kamina, so whatever. Yeah, Go Shijima from Drive.
Yes. Who's now a weird, loudmouth, wearing an English pervert.
Who
Also,
also swears every time.
Also, why, if you're gonna turn them into characters they aren't anyway, why not have fucking Michi's actual brother who almost dies be Kamina instead? I know Takatora Kamina would be significantly more hilarious.
You just want to imagine.
Have we gotten a definitive answer on where the fuck Takatora is and all this?
No!
He probably didn't watch the final episode of Gaim.
Look, I just like the idea of Goro with 4 pairs of sunglasses.
Wait. Is this the Goro from Ryuki?
No, this is an OC one.
No, this is but he's named. He fucking named him after Goro-chan.
But it's different.
And he's not even using the real Goro-chan?
No, because fuck using the real Goro-chan.
That makes it significantly less confusing, because I thought this was Mortal Kombat Goro.
Oh no!
If this was,
wish.
I wish.
If this was, I really wish it was Big Dick Goro.
I wish it was anyone named Goro besides who it actually is.
I'd be fine with it being a catch.
Oh, same. Majima's named Goro, right? Goro
At least there'd be more
yes,
pancakes.
Yeah, he'd be fun.
He'd be fun. Yeah!
He'd just fuck off. He'd take the henshin and just leave.
Yeah, he'd take the head. You know how he'd henshin? He'd henshin with a knife. He'd have like a driver and he just sticks his knife in there.
Yeah!
In order to henshin, he has to stick his knife in someone else.
Yeah! Yakuza Rider, baby! A much better idea.
I want to fucking write a Yakuza Rider.
We should. It'd be so much better than this.
We should absolutely write Yakuza Rider.
Yeah.
Fucking Kiryu just punches the jukebox and henshins as he sings along.
I love you.
Love you,
Guys, we do need
Alright,
we
okay.
need a bonus chapter
We
of
need
it
to
then
go.
that is a Gentoku versus Kiryu karaoke battle though.
Oh my god, no. Alright, we're getting off track. Rose,
Oh yeah,
please
we
continue.
really are, sorry. I'm trying to distract myself with stuff that doesn't suck. Such overconfidence will be your demise. Right back at you! Ryugen pushes the compressor of his Genesis driver for the squash function as he prepares to slash Taki with the Sonic Arrow, charged by the Genesis driver's power. When he succeeds in doing so, it turned out he managed to put the Kanuchi down, but she only replaced herself with a straw dummy. Shit, he cursed. Mitsuzane has a feeling that Taki is going after the bounty hunter. Samus, let's switch sides, he told Samus to deal with Taki as he goes after G7 Icarus. Once the black-winged Kamen Rider is about to dive into the ground and charge at Ryugen, the young Kurashima curses at Goro as the latter is about to land on the ground. It's payback time, you dumbass! Oh god, sorry, I'm about to sneeze. I'm trying to stop it. Uncivilized are we? Goro puts up a haughty bravado as he and Ryugen dole out an extreme hand-to-hand combat of epic proportions. The black-winged Kamen Rider pulls out what appears to be a katana holstered in a carbon fiber-made scabbard. XGS-03 Yoshiyuki, he called out the name of his weapon. That seems like a really clunky name to call out. I don't know. Maybe just call it the Yoshiyuki if you're gonna be yelling the weapon name.
Maybe just call it the Black Sword, because that'd be cool.
XGS-03 Yoshiyuki is a katana that simultaneously utilizes high-frequency and electromagnetic technology. The Yoshiyuki is designed for all G7 Battlesuit series, in a sense to pay homage to Days of the Samurai. The blade's length is the same as your conventional swords. Yeah, it's the same as a normal sword. It's a real sword.
Except it's like Metal Gear.
Yeah, it's like Metal Gear Rising. Shut up. BRB.
Oh my god, all of this is fucking cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, man.
Just think it's Mortal Kombat Goro. It makes it significantly better.
I don't want to think this is Mortal Kombat Goro. That feels
Especially
like
during
an
the
insult
sex
to
scenes.
Goro. Oh yeah!
It's an insult to everyone named Goro. Ryugen fires
The power of the Shokai!
Ryugen fires his Sonic Arrow at G7 Icarus. Goro responds by pulling out the Yoshiyuki from the scabbard. He slices the energy arrow and it instantly fizzled upon doing so, much to Mitsuzane's shock. Idiot found with 2 arrows stuck in him. Don't fucking cut bullets in half, dumbass.
Ooh. You're not
Much to
Deadpool, you
Mitsuzane's
can't be that
shock,
cool.
G7 Icarus charges at Ryugen and swings the Yoshiyuki at him, only for it to be met with the Sonic Arrow's blades. The moment both blades clashed, Mitsuzane suddenly feels an electrocuting sensation as the Yoshiyuki began emanating a current of electromagnetic oscillation. Mitsuzane backs away. Ugh, that really stings, he huffed. Heh heh heh, how does it feel of being zapped? Goro backed his skills with his boasting. Fighting is not about the experience, small fry, it's about you put everything to the test. Enough screwing around! Meanwhile, we turn to Huntress, Creator Gamer, and Taki. Samus pulls out the Gashikon Sparrow and fires a volley of arrows at Taki, to which the latter dodges at a fast-paced speed. The ninja attempts to land a blow with Rekimaru on Samus, only to be met with the Gashikon Sparrow's blades. The Gashikon Sparrow is split into 2 scythes. Samus uses her right hand to wield one of the scythes reverse gripped, while she wields the other one on the left the normal way. A similar nod to how Kamen Rider Genmu wields the weapon while he was still using it. Taki then performs a sweep, catching Samus off guard, then goes for palm strikes, which Samus counters. The bounty hunter presses the B button of the weapon and throws the sickles at Taki as if they were boomerangs. This allowed Samus to buy herself enough time to confound Taki up close, and the hand-to-hand fighting ensues. Huntress Creator Gamer manages to disarm Taki of Rekimaru. Both combatants back away. Samus then conjures her arm cannon and prepares to pinpoint Taki with the Seeker missiles. And boy, I really gotta say, while I'm not paying that much attention to it, the music that he chose for this is really, it's bad. Unsurprising since it's from Gundam Seed, though. Got him! Both combatants back away. Samus then conjures her arm cannon and prepares to pinpoint Taki with Seeker missiles. When 5 missiles are fired from Samus's arm cannon, Taki takes the opportunity to run around the battlefield to avoid the missiles, going as far as using teleport techniques which allowed her to avoid 4 missiles, but the moment the last missile is about to hit her. When smoke cleared, Samus thought she got Taki down. As it turns out, she used a body replacement technique, substituting herself with a block of wood. Too slow,
The
Taki
fuck
appears
is going
from
on in here?
Bad fanfiction streaming.
Yeah. Bad fanfic reading.
Welcome to hell.
Yeah, welcome to hell.
Population losers.
Too slow, Taki appears from above as she is about to stab Huntress with Mekimaru, only for the latter to avoid the surprise attack. Taki then sees Rekimaru nearby and scrambles to pick it up. Natsu, Emu, along with Angie and her friends watch the whole fight. The blonde Norma comment on that Samus' fighting style with the Gamer Driver never changes. Emu hints that both Samus and Taki are not so different towards each other in many ways by personality and their respective duties. In an attempt to end Taki as quick as possible, Samus has a trump card on her sleeve, the Hyper Muteki Gashat. Even though Hyper Muteki is only compatible with X-Aid because its invincibility duration is limitless. Whenever Hyper Muteki is used by anyone other than X-Aid, the duration lasts only for 10 seconds. Emu reveals that the reason why he entrusted the Hyper Muteki Gashat to Samus is to allow her to survive in situations that might prove to be difficult to her. When did he give her Hyper Muteki?
Why would he give her Hyper Muteki? Well, except for, nobody really ever uses the 10 seconds very effectively.
Yeah. First time...
Well, the only person that ever did was Kamida.
Dan wasted the 10 seconds boasting about how
explaining about the 10 seconds.
Yeah. And it's completely in character for him to do it, so it's fine. Oh yeah, Hero did use it once. But like when Hyper Muteki became like a thing.
Oh yeah, Dan used it another time literally to just escape.
Yeah.
Which that's like the most useful thing to use it for.
If you're not Emu, yeah.
Samus inserts the gas shaft and immediately activates the gas shaft and immediately inserts it into the game driver's second slot. The driver even said Muteki gas shaft upon insertion. Huntress creator gamer closes and opens the gamer driver, causes the driver to say, "Gachan, Muteki level up." Within moments, Huntress goes Muteki mode, the feature only when Hyper Muteki is inserted in the gamer driver's second slot. Samus is enveloped by golden aura due to the influence of Muteki mode. Taki then uses her fire ninjutsu magic as she punches the ground and sends a shockwave towards Huntress creator gamer. Unfortunately, her attack didn't dent because of Muteki mode. This gave Samus enough time to counterattack before Muteki mode's time limit expires. Once Muteki mode reaches its time limit with Hyper Muteki immediately proclaiming time up and the mode finally withers off, Huntress immediately ejects Hyper Muteki and continued fighting Taki. Are you going to throw that back to Emu or what?
Nah, fuck it. Just put it in your pocket.
Turning back to G7 Icarus and Ryugen's fight, it seems Mitsuzane learns the hard way about the Black-Winged Kamen Rider being too much for him. Goro then pulls out the striker armor key from his G7 paralyzer as he inserts onto Yoshiyuki's key slot. Like most weapons for the G7 series of armor, we haven't seen any weapons for it besides the gun, but thanks for implying that we have. They're giving key slots to initiate Exceed Drive finishes. By the way, yes, the name Exceed Drive is just a blatant rip-off of Exceed Charge.
Exceed Drive.
Why is 75% of this describing what technology does?
Because he made this OC Rider and he wants to talk about it. I have to restart Discord. It's because he wants to show off how big his dick is for making up,
Big dick,
all these...
5'10", handsome scar on the abdomen that glows that we got no explanation for, Goro.
Don't fucking know. Man, I don't know.
You see his dumb, tragic backstory scar glows.
Yeah, whatever. Yoshiyuki begins to give off a radiant blue glow with the weapon about to prepare for its Exceed Drive finisher. In response, Ryugen then activates again his Genesis Driver's squash function. Meanwhile, Taki drew out both blades and channeled both their energies to their fullest. I thought she couldn't channel her energy into it after Maximum Mighty X reprogrammed both of them, even though it only hit one of them. I guess don't worry about it. Whatever. Samus responds by pulling out the Gashicon Breaker in Blade mode and inserting Mighty Creator VRX. The weapon... Gashato. Kemiwaza. The weapon declared. And the blade of the Gashicon Breaker began to channel energy from the Gashat, giving off a radiant blue glow. I want to emphasize when we get the driver sounds in the actual text, I'm not even going to try to imitate it. Because I know I can't. So fuck it. No, they aren't Bugsters. Taki is from 400 years in the past and Samus is from in the future. They are not Bugsters. Even though that would make a ton more sense, actually. They are not Bugsters.
That would make shit tons more sense.
They got here through wormholes. Wormholes which I imagine are never going to be adequately explained. No, it reprogrammed her blades because they're magic. I don't fucking know. There's not even a good explanation of it. He kept saying they were reprogrammed, but then I guess it was never actually a problem, so whatever. When Huntress Creator Gamer and Taki's blades meet, Taki immediately sheds off her cyber armor, leaving her in her usual bodysuit and demon mask, then counterattacks. She immediately pushes Samus' critical finish back at her. Standing on both the sides of the Kunichi are two clones of herself. She then charges at Huntress Creator Gamer, then Taki's clones followed after and did the same. And three poised for the final blow. G7 Icarus charges at Ryugen and makes the first attack. He delivers a string of slashes at Ryugen. After Goro finishes the attack, nothing happened. What? I'm still standing, Mitsuzane thought that as if Goro's attack was nothing. Goro immediately sheathed Yoshiyuki back on the scabbard and muttered, "Your time is up." Turns out Yoshiyuki's Exceed Drive finisher has a delayed effect, and the attacks coming from the blade will immediately take effect the moment he sheaths Yoshiyuki back. And by doing so, the attacks finally connected. Ryugen is affected by multiple sparks and the slash effect to the point he is forced out of his transformation. No way, Natsu exclaimed. Kurashima-san! Tusk shook his head in disbelief. He just kicked him to a curb in one stroke, Angie added. Meanwhile, Taki prepares the final blow, and both her and her duplicates attack Huntress Creator Gamer simultaneously. Samus collapses to her knees due to the brunt of Taki's attack. As a result, she is forced out of her transformation when the mighty Creator VRX exclaims, "Gashun." Taki then sheaths her blades back to her scabbards. Guys, Taki and Goro are so cool. They're so strong.
They fuck all the time.
Are they really?
Shut up. They can beat Samus so easily, and Michi, shut up. Ugh.
Other Samus, so it doesn't count.
Oh my god. I'm gonna put Scared Utsumi up for a moment again because that's how I feel. There we go. Now back to the thing. It seems the unlikely pairing of Goro and Taki managed to beat the Space Explorer's resident couple. Even Emu himself never seen this chemistry between a Kamen Rider and a ninja from the past. Granted, because Taki doesn't need to be a rider herself, only that she has her ninja blade, supernatural and spiritual abilities on her sleeve and is the most seasoned veteran shinobi. Mitsuzane never seen such unprecedented skill from Goro. Is almost at the same level as his brother, Takatora. Where the fuck is Takatora then? Where is he?
Ed. Nobody cares.
Also, where did Sento go? He was here for like 5 minutes, it seems.
No, he had to go back to Toto. This is taking place in Hokuto for some reason.
He had to go back to his home planet.
This is about Goro.
No, I don't even know why he put Shuya City in Hokuto, because it doesn't make any fucking sense. Not even just because of what we found out about Hokuto in build, but also just the simple fact that if he had put it in Toto, which was clearly where the protagonists were going to be from the start, then it would be so much easier to justify the main characters of this fanfic getting involved with Build's plot early on, because they'd be near where it was happening. Like, we could tell from the moment we learned about that part of Build that Toto was the main one, because they say that's where Build is.
Oh, but the north one's the more important one,
So
because
he
it's north.
fucking put it in Hokuto for some reason, which...
Nah, put it in Hokuto because you wash out! Probably.
It retroactively doesn't make any fucking sense because Hokuto is destroyed economically. How would they have such a futuristic, cool-ass city there when it's, like, fucked economically?
You got nothing but farmlands and nothing.
Farmlands and a military that doesn't exist anymore, even though that's where they put all their money because Namba fucked them.
And Idol fans.
Oh yeah, and Idol fans. That's the population of Hokuto. There we go. Yep.
And then it becomes the population of Toto anyway.
Yeah. Kinda Sato, kinda Toto. Whoever managed to escape to Toto is, like, there, but...
Yeah, because Hokuto... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sato took over Hokuto, but... There's probably some people who evacuated to Toto. I don't fucking know.
Probably, yeah.
They didn't say anything about it, but I can assume that happened. Whatever. Despite Goro's haughty and self-centered bravado, he helps Mitsuzane stand up to his feet when the latter takes his hand to stand up out of respect. "You're pretty good," said Mitsuzane. "I could say the same thing about you," the Zetatech CEO replied. "May I know your name?" "Kurashima Mitsuzane," he continued. Despite that bit of hostility earlier, it seems Mitsuzane decided to put the difference aside out of humility, given the fact he's a veteran Kamen Rider. It is a responsibility for veteran riders to be role models to next generation riders. He begins
That's
to
why
see
they make tit jokes.
Is this fully written in present tense?
No, it goes
That's
between the present and past tense because he he doesn't know tenses.
Ugh.
Because he's Filipino. It's
Oh,
it's
that makes sense now. Everything makes sense. This
Yeah.
is Geki Dan came back to life to write this. I see.
What do you eat? Are you eating cereal? What is that?
What, me?
Who's eating something out of a bowl?
I'm eating rice
Oh.
because I'm hungry.
Alright.
To get that authenticity.
No, it's not authentic. I was just hungry. Ah, shit. My bottles. No, my bottles.
No, my breadsticks!
Oh, my bottles. I keep my Evolve bottles and full bottles right next to where my microphone is, so if I nudge it too much, they fall off. I don't know why I do that.
Why don't
Evolve,
you get a
save
proper
us.
place for them?
Evolve isn't gonna show up for a while, and he's gonna be poorly written, I'm sorry.
Great.
For me.
Itsumi is even
Save
worse
us by
written.
killing us.
For me.
Itsumi, please help.
Small dick.
Itsumi, no. Well,
Sento, please put us out of our misery like you did Banjo's girlfriend.
oof.
Please put us out of our misery like you did Alba.
Oof.
Ooh.
Hey, you can't say that. Your fucking username is Black Hazard. You should be okay with fucking Alba death.
I wasn't okay with it.
Your name is Hazard, though. You are Hazard. Shut up.
I chose this name because it's a fucking cool name.
I'm joking. Don't worry.
I know, so am I. But still, this is a cool name.
Yeah, it is a cool ass name. I can understand why
Please
you
put
want...
us out of our misery the way Kusaka did to Mari in that novel.
Ooh, no,
Ooh.
no!
Oh,
Over the fucking...
Oh!
Wait, no, actually, that is appropriate for this fanfic because Sour gets raped in this.
Oh.
Oh, what? What?
Why?
Oh yeah, I
Oh,
want to
that's
warn.
something I missed.
I want to warn you all way in advance because, like, it's bad according to Epsilon. Epsilon actually has read that chapter. I haven't because I don't want to see it, but I guess I have to eventually because we're gonna get up to
Oh.
I don't even know why I did.
that. Yeah, so that
No.
happens, and it's like some shitty OC female villain who's basically a rip-off of Ragyo from Kill la Kill who does it, I think.
Oh.
That makes it.
Some straight up kill rape
Yeah,
scene. Great.
literally just steal Kill la Kill scene, but it seems like the dude's jerking off while writing it.
Mm.
So yeah, be ready for that in like 100 chapters or something, I don't know. I don't know when exactly it happens.
And then he was milked to death. The end.
Hang on. Yeah, so that's gonna happen. Because, just, I don't know. Fuck it, I guess. This dude, I guess, whatever he took from Fies wasn't what you should take from Fies.
What you should take from Fies is race wars, then?
What you should take from Fies is nobody talks.
What you should take from...
No,
Race wars.
that's a misconception. People talk. It's just Kusaka.
Yeah,
Literally everything traces back to Kusaka.
if people talk, it's just Kusaka's like, fuck, don't, no.
Kusaka actively tries to stop people from talking. People want to talk, but Kusaka won't let them because he doesn't want anybody to, band together because then they'll realize he's a bad guy.
Then they'll realize they can do better than him. They have three
And it took
characters that are
Kiba-
better than him.
And it took Kiba becoming president of Smart Brain to fully realize, you know what?
Why did he turn evil? Why did Kiba turn evil?
Because Kusaka
Kiba
wouldn't
turned
let him
evil
talk.
because what's her face died.
Yeah, that girl died, but
Killed by
why
the police.
did that prompt him to be like that?
Because he was like, "Fuck humanity," because he was led to believe the police killed her when it was actually the lobster orphanage.
But if you want to know the real reason, Rose, it's because Inoue like wrote him into a bind because they were all too good of friends, so they had to make one become a villain.
Oh, thanks in a way.
Oops.
It was still good though.
Oh no, I'm not gonna shit on that. I'm not gonna shit on everything Inoue is written because I actually like Faiz despite it being Faiz.
Oh, Faiz is great.
Like, it's objectively flawed, but I love it. I'm not saying
You know what we
bad.
can totally shit on? Not just the Faiz novel, but the Ryuki novel.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Remember the Ryuki novel?
Once we catch up on this volume, we need to get to the Ryuki novel.
Shit covered Asakawa, yeah. Do you like that, Epsilon? I know you like Asakura.
What about extremely uncomfortably handsome Kitaoka?
Does Inoue want to fuck Kitaoka, or does he want Shinji to fuck Kitaoka? Because those are the only two reasons why you would keep describing him like that.
The answer to that question, Rose, is yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna have myself muted because I'm gonna be mowing the lawn, but I can still hear you guys.
Okay. Whatever. As responsible for veteran riders to be role models to next generation riders, he begins to see Goro's attitude to take a positive light because of the fact that he begins to be more close to Taki. Even though he's not so different than Goro, the reason why he was so close to the ninja is not about his thing for older women, it's for the benefit of being a good person. Likewise, Taki then lifts Samus up to her feet when the latter takes her hand as a sign of respect. I don't understand this thing about how, oh, I'm into older women because they're gonna make me a better person. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is he talking about? Is that a thing? What the fuck? Just admit you want to fuck MILFs, Goro. Jesus Christ. I'm impressed, the bounty hunter said. You too, bounty hunter, Taki continued. I can also see that we're very alike in some ways. It seems you dedicate yourself protecting the planet from those alien demons. It seems Taki has earned the respect of the bounty hunter now that she has won against Samus. That is the wrong version of won. But Taki promises for another fight against her one day, as this is just the beginning of a long rivalry. The rivalry already existed. This isn't really the beginning of it. Whatever. Post-mortem. Later that night, Angie and her friends are taken to the Space Explorer's new command center, even though the party's new headquarters is much more different than that of the command tower in Zawame. It seems they get used to it for now. Seriously, you lost to that ninja? Go exclaimed upon learning Samus's fight with Taki. Don't worry, I realized I already met an equal, Samus replied. An equal, full stop, close quotes, comma, Samus replied. Elsewhere in a distant, Taki, Goro, and Natsu overlooked the city from a rooftop building. The Zetatech CEO was never been so happy as he succeeded in his opportunity to fight a veteran Kamen Rider. He has indeed found a purpose in his life. With that he can protect not just his mere gadgets, but his beloved city as well. While still sporting the armor and removed his helmet, Goro and Taki are asking about the former's contentment of his battle earlier. So, did you finally find your purpose in life, Goro? Taki asked. Goro replied, yeah, with that I can protect the city and the whole world. Now I know what it really means to be a Kamen Rider, dedicating my life to protect innocent lives and the freedom of humanity. And, Goro, I'm thankful that you managed to fix my swords, and you even sharpened them even further for me. Taki expressed her gratitude. Natsu and I are grateful that you brought us to your home. Both Goro and Taki looked at each other. The former unmasks her from her Mempo mask as if they are about to kiss, but Natsu interrupts. I saw what you did, Izumi-san, the young ninja jubilantly said. The two deny their unlikely relationship, but Natsu reassures it's okay. Come on, Sensei, don't bother denying it. I'm out here to support you and your Izumi-san. Your student is one heck of a shipper, Goro awkwardly muttered. That's Natsu to you, she said. Regardless of that, while Natsu watches the night skies, Goro decides to seal their victory over the space explorers by kissing Taki. The Kenichi returns the favor as she kisses him back on the lips. MILFs have less...
Oh, here we go.
MILFs have less drama is wrong. MILFs have drama, it's just mom drama instead. And mom drama is admittedly way more entertaining sometimes than regular drama, but it still fucking exists. Author's note 2. G7 Icarus's Exceed Drive finisher with the Yoshiyuki is similar to Muteki Gamer's hypercritical sparking because of its delayed effect, and by extension most of Kenshiro's techniques from Fist of the North Star. Goro saying your time is up is similar to how Kenshiro says you're already dead. Oh, so it's not a reference to John Cena?
Could be.
Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do.
My dick fell off.
Episode 15, Beach Fiesta. Author's note 1. This is my first filler chapter for volume 3.
Hey!
And this will be a beach episode, and this will be in 2 parts. The next one will also combine with a Hot Springs episode in the style of the Dead or Alive Extreme spin-off series. I kind of just want to skip these. Yeah, I kind of want to skip these 2 because it's literally filler. Filler! In a fanfic! He's writing filler
No, you gotta.
episodes!
No, you gotta. No, you gotta.
Fanfiction!
Alan
No,
shows
you
up.
gotta read the filler. You gotta read the
Alan
filler.
shows up.
Oh no, really?
Yep, he shows up.
No! So how this beach episode will turn out. Taki is still... Okay, so if he's just gonna summarize it here, then we might as well not read it, because... Fuck it. I'm sure he doesn't write a line good.
No,
so...
come on. No, come on.
No!
Come on, please. Please, I'm fucking working out here in the heat, mowing my lawn. Come on.
But when are we gonna get to the Utsumi?
No, you're gonna hate it when you
I
do.
know! But I still want it so I can put Utsumi pictures on the stream.
Next year.
Wait, how are you both British broads who have read most of this fanfic?
Dude, you have no idea how similar we are. There's a reason why we constantly joke about being basically the same person.
Yeah.
Let's not get into that, though. Let's not get into the graphite first.
Let's not get into who is whose Echo Fighter.
Oh, no, we've already decided Epsilon is the Echo Fighter.
I mean,
they
used
literally...
the Epsilon symbol.
Yeah, they literally used the Epsilon symbol to denote Echo Fighter. Who do you think the Echo Fighter's gonna fucking be?
He's right there.
Yeah. So how this beach episode will turn out. Taki is still curious of the lifestyle of the present day in terms of how they enjoy their lives. The fact that she's a ninja, she has never took a break from her missions. That said, this chapter will explore how Taki will deal with in nonsensical situations, sometimes full of egocentric assholes, Goro, Keiichi, straightforward guys, Elaine, Emu, Makoto, Mayu, Samus, or perverts, Go, Michi, and Kiryu. Keiichi is another OC. Also, question. Go and Kiryu, the perverts, it kind of seems like a bit much. I don't know. Wait!
Just a bit.
The fact that she is a by-the-books ninja who has no time for fun and only cares about slaying demons as well as what it means to have fun. Given that this chapter is a beach episode since Goro's side is mostly a harem party composed of Taki, Natsu, and Kasumi, the space explorers are composed of 6 or 7 if you count Emu. Honks! Elaine, Go, Keiichi, Kiria, Makoto, Michi. Honks! Michi! Honks!
Oh.
He's more of a twink.
No, that.
He's not anything!
Everyone knows the Twinkies of Twinks are hunks.
What do you mean he's not anything? Have you not
Wait.
seen the Febreze commercials?
How did
Would
I-
you not fall in love with Michi?
How did I miss that this technically means he's referring to Emu as a hunk?
Muscle than Emu.
Buff Emu.
If Michi shyly came up to you wearing Febreze and being like, if I do good on my exams, I'll ask you out. Wouldn't you swoon?
No!
Why?
I'd be terrified!
I mean his actor, not him.
Well, maybe if it was his actor.
His actor's a good boy.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining.
What if it's
Emu
Michi at
just
the end
taking
of the
his shirt
series
off
when
and
he's
is
a good
just
boy
like-
again?
I'm just imagining Emu taking his shirt off and he's as big as Buff
Michi did
Riku.
nothing wrong. I want you guys to know.
Why
Michi
would
did
you
nothing
do
wrong.
that?
No!
Fucking jacked, toned Emu.
No! God! Fucking shirtless graphite! Fuck! I don't know if I can even show that on stream because I think I might get banned. It's a little much. Oh no.
Really naked in that scene. Sad blowjob scene.
Yeah, saddest blowjob in the world. Getting sucked off by that woman from Blade. That's not a joke. That's actually who was in this movie. That this is a cap from.
Sounds hot.
Wakana from Kamen Rider Double is also there. Graphite fucks her as well.
They have a good Christian time.
Graphite fucks.
I'm still mad.
Graphite
still
fucks
fucking mad
3 women in that movie.
I'm still fucking mad that Amane-chan's mom is in there.
In a row?
Pretty much in a row. And then he gets stabbed. Yeah. That happens.
It's still just what I'm gonna imagine for Emu, though.
Dun, dun,
Yeah,
dun,
buff
dun.
Emu. Yeah, so anyway, that's what White Lily is. Graphite fucks a bunch of women, gets stabbed, and then that woman from Blade and Wakana get into a lesbian relationship, or they already were in one. I don't fucking know. That's White Lily for you. This is a
Blade
real
woman.
movie.
Is White Lily just a movie adaptation of Ray Play?
No!
Interesting.
Because I
Go
don't know,
with this.
'cause
I
it's
like
the
this.
Yeah,
same
Go with
that's exactly
ending.
what it is.
I like this. Go with this.
I like it's pretty much the same ending. Anyway, back to the
Hunks.
crappy filler.
And 2 ladies.
Back to the art.
Samus and Mayu. So this is like Dead or Alive Extreme, where the ladies are replaced with guys. For those who wondered about the G7 series weapons having XG designation, it's obviously a tribute to the G3's battlesuit's weapons. For example, the G7 Paralyzer is designated as XGM01 is a reference to the GM01 Scorpion, the modular handgun used by G3 users, namely Hikawa. This also applies to the Blitzen-Schneider, also given the serial designation of XGK04, which is a homage to the GK06 Unicorn because it's combat knife. The Yoshiyuki referred to with the serial coding of XGS03, the S means sword. For the Space Explorer side, Elaine/Kamen Rider Necron returns in this chapter. As for the Cross-Range side, Salamandre returns in this chapter. Since this is a beach episode, expect some fan service thrown in.
Where's Igor?
I want to skip this. There's nothing to gain from this.
There might be a terrible sex scene you have to read.
There's fan service to gain from it.
No. What the fuck? Oh, wait, no, actually, apparently there is some content in there, and then it gets the fucking filler thing at the end. What the hell?
Oh.
For industrialist by day, hero at night. For a regular basis, Goro makes priorities with his responsibilities from his duties as Chief Executive Officer of Technological Industry, as well as the duties of Black-Winged Kamen Rider who protects Shoya City from alien demons. As for the superhero part, Goro is a one-man army himself. He can fend off the Kamui tribe without breaking a sweat. His ability to use the G7 Icarus armor has improved well after properly conditioning his body through working out in the gym at the basement of his mansion. Located in B1F of the mansion, since his underground laboratory is very deep and is 98 bottom floors away, as well as the training regiment that Taki implemented for him. Elsewhere around the city, Goro, Taki, and Natsu fight an alien demon called Palishol. This demon takes the appearance of a Karakaso Obake, the umbrella ghost. On an apparent side note, this umbrella demon has a blade hidden under its body to attack its enemies. Since when do parasols have hidden blades in the first place? Goro said after avoiding the umbrella demon's blade. I've met a woman who happens to have a sword hidden under a parasol before. Taki referenced about a certain woman she once encountered in her journeys in her world, about a woman who uses ear-style sword fighting through a sword hidden under her parasol. So what's the point of Samus? She was the main character of the first 2 volumes.
There is no point.
His wife is now Taki. Get out of here, Samus. You're going for. You get to go with Michi.
Oh.
No, because Goro was made when this volume was made. He didn't make Goro before this one. There's 3 volumes. This is the 3rd one. Yeah, Samus is the protagonist of the first 2 volumes, but then he was like, no, I want to make Big Dick Goro, so he can fuck Taki from Soul Calibur.
Would you prefer it though if he was writing it so Sento was the one doing Taki all the time?
No!
I would have loved to see
Because-
him go even more into pre-episode 1 Sento, though, to be honest.
No, the only person Sento should be doing all the time is Banjo, and you know it.
Does this guy know it?
I don't know, he didn't know yet. None of us could have known just how gay they would get. Even with the heated man-to-man drama thing, and the first episode being called "These Two Are a Best Match," none of us could have known. But that's how it is on this bitch of an earth. Luckily, since Goro has a melee weapon of his own, he prefers using the XGS03 Yoshiyuki. Just call it the fucking Yoshiyuki, please. It's so clunky like that. A katana imbued
I'm
with
back.
high frequency and electromagnetic technology. The Yoshiyuki is a blade like none other because of its futuristic design and capabilities. It has an increased cutting ability due to the oscillation the blade emits, and it weakens the target's molecular bonds upon contact. It even works on supernatural foes. To Taki's surprise, she never saw how can swords be upgraded with futuristic technology, just like the Yoshiyuki, a weapon designed for the G7 Battle Suit series. Even though Goro,
It's like he copy and pasted that oscillation bit from Metal Gear Rising.
Icarus armor is a prototype of the finished mass-produced model. It still allows him to use the other weapons of the G7 Rider system. When Palishol's blade meets with that of Goro's, the alien demon learns the hard way when his hidden blade gets cut off instantly with one slash coming from the Yoshiyuki. "No, my blade!" the umbrella demon exclaimed. "Never expecting your blade could be so dull as your mind," Goro said smugly. Tengu soldiers began spawning on the battlefield. Parisol shouts, "Get them for destroying my blade!" The grunts began to charge at Goro, Taki, and Natsu, but suddenly a white Kamen Rider with a black Saka appears on the scene and fends off the mooks. "Another Kamen Rider," Natsu said at the sight of the White Rider. "Just how many of these guys keep on coming?" Samus makes her presence known to Goro and the gang, introducing the White Rider as one of the members of the Space Explorers. That's Kamen Rider.
The only good character in Ghost.
The only good character in Ghost, that's right.
He's not
Wait,
Igor.
Wait, hold on. Who was the only good character in Ghost?
Align?
Alan.
Alone.
You're forgetting that Onari exists.
Onari is a good character, though.
You forgot Onari.
No.
Only
The
with
show
Kevin.
forgets
only
Onari.
times
With
that,
Kevin.
the only times that Onari is a good character is with Javert beard guy, not Gentoku. Him, you know, that guy. Epsilon, remember?
Kiki Chopper.
He was good outside of that.
No.
Yes.
No. Onari just
Yes.
yells. It's not funny.
That's what makes him great.
No.
Onari
He-
never calms down.
Just think of him as the proto Kuroto.
But he's not funny though. Kuroto is
Yes, he is.
funny. Why do you have
Is he,
such
though?
shit taste? Fuck off.
I think you're the one with shit taste.
Were you watching
I mean,
us?
you are
Goro
the-
asked. Taki, however, wastes no time to clarify of the Necrom's identity, considering the fact that Samus knows otherwise given to his affiliation with the Space Explorers. We need to finish off that demon now, said Taki as she, along with her student, continued fighting Pally Shoal. By turning back to Necrom, we see Elaine fighting off a horde of Tengu soldiers on his own. Despite the limitations implemented on him after he was reduced to a mortal body, Elaine has already trained himself even further, considering his status as a veteran Kamen Rider of the current generation. The other Space Explorers, Spectre, Ryugen, Mage, Laser Level 3, and Macapit, arrived on the scene. Thanks for clarifying it's
Spectre's
Level
back.
3, so we don't think it's weird gremlin laser, or the literal fucking bike form.
Wait,
Well,
why Spectre back?
because he was back.
He's been back for a little while now.
Yeah. Samus then immediately transformed into Huntress, create a gamer to join with her fellow space explorers and help the returning Elaine. Heh, what do we have here? Some rider with wings, Kiryu observed the presence of G7 Icarus, Taki, and Natsu. Elaine-kun, who said at the sight of seeing Elaine again for the first time since 4 months have passed. Just in time, said Makoto. Looks like you're missing a lot of the action here, old man. Mitsuzane's tendency to refer Elaine as an old man never changes. Despite already 100 years old with a body that of a young man in his 20s, despite that, Elaine takes it as a compliment. The Space Explorers fend off the Tengu soldiers with a little to no effort, leaving Goro, Taki, and Natsu deal with Pally Shoal. In the middle of the ensuing mayhem, Elaine asks to his fellow Space Explorers about the presence of the new black-winged Kamen Rider, and the two ninjas fighting on his side. Who is that Kamen Rider? Elaine asked. He's a CEO of a technological industry. Good thing he's not a Dankaroto 2.0, Mitsuzane replied. To be honest, he really got me real good the other day. And that ninja from the past is no slouch either, Samus gives Elaine a comment about Taki. Her name is Taki, Mayu added. The other one with that weird hair is called Natsu, from what I can recall. Plus, as for her bodysuit, it's clearly no bodysuit at all, as if she painted her body and fighting without any clothes on. Go starts rubbing in all the innuendos at Taki's expense.
Jesus Christ.
Seriously, how does she fight demons with her melons bouncing around like crazy? Do I have to show Scared Utsumi again?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I do.
Just do it. We know you're gonna anyway.
No! Elaine, Kiryu, Mayu, Makoto, Mitsuzane, and Samus shout in unison to make sure not to explain that joke even further. For obvious reasons, Taki is nearby and is likely going to be offended by that as such. The four manage to finish off the remaining Tengu soldiers, thus leaving just Pally Shoal to be confronted by G7 Icarus. I'm sorry, reading this is killing my ability to, understand the English language. The master-student duo of Taki and Natsu double-team the Umbrella Demon by utilizing their sword techniques as well as their ninjutsu magic. Goro, now is your chance, Taki tells Goro to deal with the final blow. That being said, he inserts the striker armor key into the Yoshiyuki's key slot to trigger its exceed drive function. With Goro's katana giving out a blue radiant glow compete with sparks because of the presence of electromagnetic currents flowing all over the blade. Once the weapon signals the wielder to deal the finishing blow, G7 Icarus swings the Yoshiyuki at Pally Shoal. and proceeds to unleash a string of slashes at the Umbrella Demon. Seconds later, he finishes the attack and something isn't quite right. To Taki's surprise, it's likely the same method on how Goro defeated Ryugen. It seems that the Yoshiyuki has a delayed effect that will immediately kick in upon sheathing the sword back onto its scabbard. Ha! Didn't even tickle, the Umbrella Demon sneers as if Goro's attacks are nothing more than ant bites. But Goro replies, it's gonna take more than a tickle. In fact, your time is already up. He slowly sheaths Yoshiyuki back to its carbon fiber scabbard in a dramatic fashion until a click where the hilt guard bumps at the tip of the scabbard. The delayed effect of the attack kicks in with Palishol being cut into shredded pieces and screams, "Ah!" and explodes to its death. Much to surprise the other space explorers, looks like G7 Icarus is no slouch to its tools since the identity of the said rider happens to be a CEO of the company that produces these rider systems. Oh, so in this case they didn't need to seal him away?
But sometimes they do, but sometimes they don't. But sometimes they've already killed the monster and they seal him away.
No rigor mortis for you.
I don't understand why they need to seal them away sometimes. Why do they have to? What's the point? And G7 Icarus happens to be a prototype of the mass-produced versions. Natsu comments Goro's finisher almost taking it to overkill. It also doesn't help that Goro has the ego to back up his fighting skills. Checkmate, Goro says the words he alone can say upon ending the fight, as if fighting bad guys for him is comparable to a game of chess. Yet the way Goro finished off that Umbrella Demon, he really looked so cool and stylish in doing it.
Are you serious?
What game of chess
yes! It really does say that!
What kind of game of chess has you dive bombing the whole time? Because that's the only way this guy fights.
It really says he looks so cool and stylish in doing so. It actually
he looks so cool and stylish. His dick is so big, you don't even know.
Yeah, I do.
Fucking Christ.
Continue.
Come on, we need to get to the beach scene.
No! Getting the band back together. With Elaine's return, it seems the space explorers are back together again. Even though Elaine's reasons to return to the human world is more likely the same with Makoto, as due to the fact they're both trying to fetch a carry for the machine that she and Igor have been building lately. A machine that, according to both Elaine and Makoto, can change the atmosphere of the Gamma world into the same as the Earth. Turning back to Goro and company's side, G7 Icarus' helmet collapses down as Goro unmasks himself. Taki then removes their demon mask to breathe through the air. I assume that those two men who rejoined Samus Aran's crew parted ways before, Goro muttered. It seems that they have fought with everything they've got to protect this planet. The Space Explorers seemingly disbanded 4 months ago, but it's not much disbanded, only that 3 of its remnants chose to stay active when another imminent threat will make its presence known on Earth. Elaine and Makoto returned to the Ganma world to plan about changing its skies, while Go went on a vacation with Reiko in America. But Go was the first to return to the team when he learns from Mayu about the Kamui tribe. From this day onward, the Space Explorers are finally back together. As for Goro and company, as he has no interest with any of the Space Explorers whatsoever, puts back on his helmet and spreads his arms sideward to reveal wings embedded underneath his arms. Why did he take
poses?
Why did he take his Why did he take his helmet off to begin with if he was just going to put it back on immediately?
Why does he T-pose to bring his wings out?
He has to. That's how it works. He has to T-pose to show his dominance. Later losers, Goro said to the Space Explorers, justifying his tendency as a self-centered egomaniac. The black-winged Kamen Rider flew off upon jumping at an unprecedented height. He really likes talking about unprecedented heights, huh? The fact that Goro designed the G7 Icarus armor as a wingsuit-type battle armor that allows him to fly with his arms spread like a bird. Unlike Goro, Taki always keeps herself polite even in the face of her rival Samus. Farewell, said Taki, as she also jumped at an unprecedented height, leaving the scene. See ya, Natsu then followed as she left the scene as well. Thus, the 6 original Space Explorers reunited once again. Samus already thought about this. If ever the Earth is threatened again, everyone will gather up and fight the Kamui tribe. All of the 7 riders cancel out their transformations. Now that was one hell of a ride, Curious smirked. While Makoto and I are going to find a carry for their machine, I think I need to stay with you guys for a while, for now, Elaine said. Regardless, it's good to be back. Welcome back to the team, Elaine, Samus continued as she and the other Space Explorers greeted him with hugs and high fives. We'll also be willing to help you with your plan to change the Gamma world. Thanks, Elaine replied. Welcome back, Elaine Kuhn. Mai felt for the past 4 months she also missed Elaine as much more she does with Makoto. No, shut up, Cobra. Shut up.
May I tell you that you so rock? It looks fabulous.
Soraki.
Huh? Okay.
My face is really. What? Oh God! Right? Yeah. Wow. Wasn't you? I was saying hi to my mom as she came in.
Soraki loves his mom.
I love my mom, and I'll fucking admit it.
Gay.
See, he admits
You're
it.
gay for your mom, dude.
Shut up.
But you're also gay for your dad.
Oh fuck.
What's worse, being gay for your mom or being in lesbians with your dad?
All right, I love my mom. Can we move on?
Okay,
No.
sorry. Thoughts about a time to relax. Later that evening, in the Izumi Mansion's underground laboratory, Goro has been recalibrating the XGS-3 Yoshiyuki's electromagnetic currents. Goro spent most of the time tuning up his suit's inventory whilst shirtless, and the only thing he wears is nothing more than his trousers that he usually wears for work. Even though that scar on his abdomen is still considered as a curse from his perspective, that doesn't stop him maintaining his hunky build from that matter. Nevertheless, keeping the fact he's a 5'10", handsome, arrogant, and snarky genius, keeping himself inside his laboratory gives him time to put his superhumanly level genius to work. No wonder he's so narcissistic, yet he managed to win Taki's heart. Oh, Big Dick Goro!
Big Goro!
Those numbers so
Big Dick
bad.
Goro! When we get into hazard levels, his number's gonna be fucking nuts!
Yeah,
He'll be in the quadruple digits even.
It actually does get there, I think, which is so fucking stupid because, like, hazard level scale 6 is considered, like, unnaturally
Impossible for
hard.
a normal human.
Yeah. Like, 5 is a little much. So
Sento goes past 6.3 and in a deliberate attempt to kill himself.
yeah. So, quadruple digits hazard level is,
Is what we call a hyperaneurysm.
Goro should be dead. That's not possible.
Goro should be dead and back to life just to die again like 25,000 times over.
Speaking of Taki, the Nakonichi herself enters the underground laboratory via elevator, trying to ask something to Goro. While keeping himself busy tuning up his weapon, it seems he can't hear her due to the fact he's also listening to loud music in the middle of a task at hand. The song Serario Days, a song coming from the anime Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann, can be heard from his earphones. Do you guys remember Gurren Lagann?
Guys,
You remember Gurren Lagann?
Do you remember Drills?
Doriwa Tamashita!
Do you remember Drills?
Do you remember Mechs in Mechs?
Do you remember when fucking Simon summoned that drill made out of his blood?
No.
That was from the movie.
Was that made of blood? I don't think that was made of blood.
Well, yeah.
Oh god, fuck, what's wrong with my internet? Oh my god, please don't fucking... What? So the internet just went down.